Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to apply a grayscale filter while recording a video from CameraX in native Android application. So the recorded video will also have a grayscale filter. Grayscale filter as in basically a black and white filter. That's what a grayscale filter is. And yeah, so first I'll show you guys the output. So I'll just run this application. Also I'm using XML layout, but feel free to use Jetpack Compose if you feel like. So it's up to you what you want to use, because the business logic would be more or less similar. Given like still the app is building, so what I can do, I can just start with showing you guys the code. So first you just have to go to Gradle scripts, open build.gradle.kts over here, and first inside dependencies section, okay, I'll just remove this. You need to add this camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera video, camera view, Android X media 3 effect, as well as media 3 effect. Okay, now the version number has been written inside libs.versions.toml because I'm using version catalog. Okay, let me show you guys quickly the output, because I have the app running now. So here you can see it is asking me for the permission, so I'll just give that particular permission, and I'll also give the record audio permission as well. So it has opened the camera, and here you can see this is the black and white filter or grayscale filter, whatever you call it. So this is what has been applied. So I can just start capturing the video from CameraX, and it has already applied the filter to this, and I can click on stop as well. You get the URI of the saved video as well inside toast message. So if you want, you can play it using XO player. So I'll just show you guys the captured video as well, just to prove it to you. So by going to the videos app, so here you can see this is the video that was captured. So hopefully you got the point. Let's see how to do this. So like I said, you have to add all this dependency. Then you will need to go to libs.versions.toml, and here you need to add this camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle dependency. Then you need to add this media 3 effect dependency as well, which is alpha at the time of me recording this video. And I think there is a new version of media 3 effect version, so I'll just upgrade it to that as well, 1.7.1. okay. If there is stable version by the time you watch this video for media 3 effect, make sure you use the stable version. Okay, then I don't require this camera extension, I'll just remove this. Then here we first require camera lifecycle, then this camera 2, camera core, camera view, camera video, and you also need to add this Android X media 3 effect as well as media 3 effect. Once you add all these dependencies, you will have to click on the sync now button, and it will download all the dependencies for you. Once that is done, you will have to go to app manifest android manifest.xml. Firstly, you will have to add this uses feature of camera, then the camera permission, then record audio permission, and write external storage permission as well. Then you have to go to res layout activity underscore main, and here you have to go to this preview view of code. So here we just create a preview, like initialize a preview view. I set the width and height as 0 dp, and we constrain it to all sides of the screen. Then here is our button for which I define the width and height. We also give it some ID as well. The elevation is equal to 2 dp, text is equal to start, and we constrain it to the bottom of the screen. Okay, then you just need to go to main activity, and here firstly these are all the imports. So feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports that are there. Now we have to annotate this with unstable API. So suppose if I just comment this out, here you can see we are getting this error. Now some of you might be wondering, okay, we might get this because we are using alpha version of the media 3 effect. That's not the case. So this create grayscale filter comes from this stable version of media 3 effect, so this one. But this is one of the quirks of Android development. Even if the library is stable, the APIs are a bit unstable. That's why I have to add this particular annotation, but hopefully by the time you guys watch it, this annotation is no longer required. Okay, then here we just first create a variable for our video capture recorder, then our recording as well, then our camera executor service. Here is our preview view, here is our button. Then here we use register for activity result by passing request multiple permission. Then here we first make this value as true, then we just loop over all these values, make it as false in case if the permission is not given. If permission is not given, we just display a toast message, and then we just call start camera. Then inside on create, we initialize our viewfinder, we initialize our button as well. If all permissions are granted, then call start camera, else call request permission. Then button dot set on click listener, we just call capture video. Inside capture video, we just first check whether the video was captured, and then here we just do button dot is enabled equal to false. Then inside recording, we just initialize our recording to this particular variable. If it is not equal to null, then we stop it and we make recording as null. Then here we define our simple date format for defining the name for our recording. Then here we use content values to use the display name, mime type, and if user is using greater than Android P, we also need to set the relative path. You can change this to whatever you feel like. Then here we use this media store output options by passing the external content URI as well as content values. Then here we call this recording, so video capture dot output dot prepare recording, and if permission is granted, then we also use this with audio enabled. Then we just start our recording, and if it is start, then we just change the text of our button as well as is enabled equal to true. And once it is finalized, and if it has no error, then we just display a toast message, else we just stop our recording and display the error. But we also need to change the button text as well as is enabled equal to true. Then inside start camera, we just do process camera provider dot get instance of this. Then we do camera provider future add listener, we get our process camera provider, we define our preview view as well. Then here we use recorder dot builder, set the quality selector to this, we initialize our video capture, here is our default back camera. Then we use use case group dot builder, add our preview use case as well as video capture. Then we define our media 3 effect as well. Then here you can see this is the main part, we use this RGB filter dot create grayscale filter. Let's see if there are more filters or not. Okay, so there is only inverted filter and grayscale filter. Then we just add this use case group builder dot add effect media 3 effect. Then we just unbind our camera provider, then we just do camera provider dot bind to lifecycle, then camera selector use case group builder dot build, and then we just do context compat dot get main executor of this. Then here we just do request permission video method for getting the permission. Another method does to check whether the permission was granted or not, and on destroy for doing camera executor dot shutdown. Then here I have one companion object for which we define the file name format, and another variable for which we define this mutable list of camera permission as well as record audio. And if it is less than equal to Android P, then we just write external, add the right external storage permission as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Bye.